Hey guys! Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you probably can tell by my setup here, I'm going to react to AMBERLYNN reacting to me reacting to her. And I'm sure you all are at least aware of the video at this point. I have been really busy. I work a full-time job. I have many things outside of this, and that's not to brag. It's just that a lot of people who don't know a lot about me don't even realize that like YouTube is not what I do full time. And so that's why it's taken a moment for me to make this video. So I want to say that my social media has blown up, and with that, I have seen actually a lot about this video. And so typically when I do reactions, I watch the video for the first time with you all. And so that's not gonna be the case this time, unfortunately. I just couldn't avoid all the tweets, all the DMs, etc. So I do just wanna say that I do already have some thoughts going into this video about things that happen or allegedly happen. I haven't actually watched the video, but based on what people have told me, I have some thoughts. So with all that being said, the first thing I do want to address is that I take it very seriously when folks make claims about any ism, right? So the one in particular that seems to have come from this video is ableism, and folks have shared that folks being AMBERLYNN and Chantal, but also some people who subscribe to me have reached out and told me that they were concerned about some of my ableist language in this video. And so I take all of those things really seriously. I do acknowledge that at least one statement that I'll get to later when it comes up in the video, I do acknowledge that that one could be interpreted as ableist, and I've tweeted as much, but I do want to say that I hope I can address the concerns of any ableist language and also own up to those things and talk about maybe what I can do differently in the future and hopefully grow from this, because I think that when we're talking about being more socially just and socially conscious, one of the things that's really important is to engage in an active dialogue about what we can do differently, primarily as allies to a community. Now, I do identify as a part of the disabled community. I have a mental health disorder that I've talked about a little bit at different points in time on this channel. I also want to say, though, as a part of that, that the disability community at large is a very diverse community. So I can also recognize in saying that what I experience through my disability is very different for what people with mobility issues experience. For example, I don't want to pretend that just because I have my own disability that I understand what it's like to have every single disability, and I do want to take ownership of anything that might have come across a little bit strong. With that being said, it's also my understanding that AMBERLYNN edited the video in such a way that there are aspects of it that make it look like I'm saying things about her that were actually in regards to something else. So I obviously, like I said, haven't seen what that looks like, but if we come to it and it feels appropriate, I will add in the clips of what I actually said, because the reality is that some people who watched her video and think that I'm a hater and bully will never come and watch this video, but I do know that I've gained near 1,000 subscribers since she posted this video yesterday, which tells me that some of you are interested in what my takes on AMBERLYNN are and what my thoughts are about this whole video and situation. And so I think if you're coming to my channel and all you've seen up to this point is what AMBERLYNN posted, one, I encourage you to go back and watch the original video, but two, please make sure to try to hear out everything I have to say in this video, although I'm guessing it's going to be kind of a long one because I'm already 4.5 minutes in. With that being said, I also want to say that I think the internet has a short memory, and or it takes a very long time to really learn all of the things in the history of AMBERLYNN's YouTube journey. In a lot of ways, she benefits from people having just come to her channel for the first time. In a lot of ways, she benefits from the fact that like folks aren't gonna go back and watch all of the hundreds of videos that she's built up over 5 years, and that's okay. But I do want to say that I have made a lot of videos about AMBERLYNN Reid that aren't just about her weight loss. I said this also recently in a video that I'll link down below if I can remember to do it, but the AMBERLYNN that we watch now on this screen is not the AMBERLYNN that I started reacting to, and it's certainly not the AMBERLYNN that I started watching, because I watched her for quite some time before I ever started making any kind of video about her. So I do just want to say, like, weight loss is not the only thing I've ever commented about on her channel, but unfortunately that's been the drive of what her channel really has been the past few months at least, if not the past year. And so just know that, like, I am not here to just belittle her for her weight. I truly don't care about what she looks like. I do think it's problematic in a lot of videos when she puts out misinformation about dieting and things like that. So I do care about that aspect. That's one of the things that frustrates me about her. But the way she looks has never been something that I have a problem with. And so yeah, I just feel the need to give that preface as well before we get started. So in general, just know that AMBERLYNN has had her own history of scandals on YouTube, and she's really had the privilege of either her continuing audience forgetting about those things or her newfound audience and new subscribers really being ignorant to the fact that all of these things out there exist. So, with all of that being said, I recognize I started that way more serious than I normally do, and this is probably going to be a long video because I think her video is 17 minutes long, so I'm going to try my best to keep this short and sweet, but I also just want to make sure that we address all the things that deserve to be addressed. Here we go.
Hey guys, so I'm laughing because I'm gonna do a reaction video to Zachary Michael. I asked you guys on Twitter, what do you want me to react to?
Speaking of Twitter, just one thing I quickly forgot. Homegirl, if you don't recall, if you haven't watched my videos, full on asked me in DMs on Twitter a long time ago about how to do reaction videos, and clearly, even though I gave her a full tutorial on how to do it, has taken none of my advice. So I also just want to point that out there because I have a feeling she's about to say, like, I'm such a bully, this, that, the other, but I have, like, helped her, provided some editing advice for her, and so I do just want to say that because she is reacting to me and I did help her with that and she's applied none of it.
And a lot of people said him. So the lighting in here is crazy because I have a lamp shining down on me, while it's also trying to shine down on this. The camera's trying to see me, also trying to see this. So the coloring isn't so good. I mean, is that a little better? We'll put Zachary here in the spotlight, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to do a disclaimer. I am going to be editing out the really boring parts because he is literally watching my boring video and reacting to it. So
okay, so I guess she's prefacing why she edited some things, but I don't think that takes into account later when she edits it to make it look different than what actually happened. But okay, I see you, sis.
So this is probably going to be even more boring. So I know a lot of people like Zachary because I have a very big hate fan base, if you will, and he does commentary on my videos and it's never really nice. So he does have a really big support system, so I already know I'm going to get a lot of hate on this video and a lot of people are going to very much dislike this video because that's what happens.
I'm interested in why you're so concerned. I guess I get the idea that anybody who supports me hates you. I don't know that it's necessarily that cut and dry or that black and white. I don't understand your obsession with, like, pointing out that I am so much more well supported than you. I hope that you're gonna approach this video by pointing out things that you think I'm wrong about or that you can correct me about, instead of obsessing about, I don't know, trivial things about, like, how many supporters I have or folks who hate you. Like, you acknowledge yourself just in this statement that you have a lot of people that watch you just to hate you. So chances are they're gonna hate you regardless of whether or not I make videos. And to say that I've never said anything nice about you is probably also a little far-fetched, but I don't want to spend too much time on this.
He gets a lot of love for doing reaction videos about me, but the fact that I'm going to be reacting to him, people are going to be upset about it. But that's okay. That's kind of reality of how YouTube is. It sounds freaking insane, doesn't it? So I just chose a random video, and this one is called ALR Walks Outside. So let's get into it.
Nice.
First of all, I love how he doesn't even have his own intro. It's literally my intro. When I say, hey guys, like he literally not only reacts to my content, but literally has none of his own.
Okay, well, all right. First of all, that's the joke. I started that as a parody when I recreated your vlog, right? If you remember that, one of my first videos is back when it was like a trend to recreate things that other YouTubers were doing. I'll link that somewhere up in the iCards if I can remember. And second of all, you didn't coin the term hey guys. If you're from the Midwest, people say hey guys all the time. So cool your jets. And then 3, it's factually untrue that I don't have any of my own content. I have provided content on several other things, even in the past 2 weeks. I did a video Q&A where I ate noodles. I did a clothing haul. I've done clothing hauls in the past. I made a whole video about the Big Brother cast. So like, that's content that's not even about you, first of all. And second of all, the personality is a part of my content, right? Like, it's not like I'm just sitting here playing it. Like, people wouldn't watch if I just, like, sat here and watched you on the computer screen. Like, people watch me because they like to hear what I have to say and they think I'm funny, that I have a great personality, that I'm cute. You know. You know.
He is a copycat. Like that Billie Eilish song. Loves it.
Hey everybody, it's me, Zach, and welcome back to my channel. Wow, y'all are getting all the videos this week. She's got the time, so she's got to make use of it. More content, how do I do this? I don't know, but listen, our girl, AMBERLYNN put out a video today where she goes outside, and honestly, like, I don't know, just based off the title, I feel optimistic. I know the last AMBERLYNN video I did, I was like, this is just sad, this is depressing. But like, if homegirl is actually going outside and...
I guess
Wait, before she says whatever she's about to say, I just want to emphasize that a lot of people have told me that they think that I was being mean about her trying. I literally start the video off saying I'm really optimistic that she is going outside. I'm optimistic, I'm feeling good, and I just want to say 100% throughout this whole video that I am happy that she went outside, that she's walking. Ooh, this cat headband is not doing it for me. I just want to say that I did really feel good about the progress she made by going outside, by walking, etc. So I'm gonna point out every single time in this video where I talk positively about that, because somehow people missed that I was being sincere and genuine about that. And I suppose you could interpret it other ways, but in all sincerity, honesty, I was being serious when I said that I was, 1, optimistic at this point, and 2, later in the video when I say I'm glad she's making progress.
If my videos are so depressing and so sad and they put you in a bad headspace, why are you watching them? Why are you, not only are you watching them, but you're going out of your time to film a reaction video? Yeah,
I mean, I will tell you, I literally have said recently that I don't know that I can make too many more videos about you. So there's your answer.
I guess it's all about the money. I really don't know.
It isn't about the money. That's also another common misconception, but I work 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday, make a full-time salary with benefits. Do I make money from YouTube? Yes. Will I take those coins? Absolutely, because capitalism reigns supreme in the United States. It's helped me pay off a lot of student loans and things like that. But could I quit YouTube tomorrow and be financially stable? Surely could. Absolutely surely could. Would I like to do YouTube full time? Yeah, that would be awesome. I would love to not have to go to work 9 to 5. Right now, that's not what I'm doing.
I used to watch his channel. I used to enjoy his personality, and I no longer do. And, you know, people used to enjoy me, no longer do. I mean, people change their mind about
Sure.
things. I mean, that's just
sure.
it. I feel like he knows which one of my videos gets like the most recognition. Like in this video, I am literally walking outside. I am showing my full body. So he knows what he's doing.
I feel like... Well, girl, right, I'm not gonna react to you eating food anymore. I've said that in several videos. Like, I can't watch you eat yourself to death anymore. Like, I absolutely won't watch you do a mukbang. So, yeah, I used to watch you go to Walmart and do vlogs and things like that. But when was the last time you went outside? That's why I reacted to this video, sis. That's why I reacted to it. If you want the cold, honest truth, I reacted to this video because you went outside and you hadn't gone outside in a really long time. This could be good. So that's where I'm at. I don't know.
What could be bad? I'm literally going outside and enjoying the sun, and I'm going for a walk.
Girl, is that not what I said? I'm not trying to make this out to be a bad thing. I didn't say how awful is it that she's going outside. I literally am happy that you're going outside.
Yeah, with my girlfriend and my dog. Like, what could be bad about that video?
Nothing.
I'm curious. Let's see.
This is gonna be a good video to react to or not. Let's just jump in.
Hey guys, so I'm not playing a Grace right now. Like, I hate listening to myself talk. Just a little tidbit.
Okay, thank you.
Here, probably because I'm not drinking much water. I'm like having some major heartburns.
Okay, where's your coldest water?
Right here. Just
oh, good.
I have my cold water in here, ready to rumble.
Good.
Doesn't mean I always remember to drink it.
Well, I'm so glad you invested in it.
Water, but she's loved to tell us about this Dove water bottle. Girl, where's it at? Go get that water. You better start drinking it.
It's just like, today's not my day. I'm gonna bring my Twinko with me.
Your who?
My Twinko. My dog. You watch all my videos.
Sis, I know who Twinkie Star is. I'm not a dumbass. That was the first time you've ever called her Twinko in this video, or any video for that matter. Like, your Twinko, I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was funny. Please call her Twinko all you want.
Because they have smoke outside.
Was it like that time that you let Destiny?
Oh, I forgot about this.
Okay, I have a whole... I'm so glad he mentioned this. Like, reaction channels, they stop and react to every, like, sentence I say. Obsession. I just want to say, I did not let Destiny's cat out. Destiny's cat, her name is Gracie. I'm not going to say who did it, but Destiny and I both know who did it, how it happened. And there's this big rumor going around that I let Destiny's cat run outside on purpose and we couldn't find her and I did it on purpose. That is absolutely disgusting because I loved Gracie so freaking much. No words for it. Like, I shouldn't even have to explain myself. But
I just love that she took the time to address this. I forgot that part, well, I didn't completely forget because I did just watch this the other day, but my mind has been on all of like the ableist comments. This was worth it. Just her addressing the Gracie running away rumors was worth this whole video.
But that is not true at all. So, guys, since you guys want me to go outside, I want to go outside. We all want to go outside. We need that vitamin D. Because I just feel like staying indoors, especially because I feel like...
Why is she acting like she's doing this for the viewers? Like, the viewers want you to do this for your own good, sis. The viewers...
No, I have gotten several requests of making a video of me going outside. So yes, I am doing it for myself, but I'm also doing it for the viewers.
Highly requested. Highly requested. So many people, literally people are asking you to go outside because they're worried about you. And if you don't understand that that's why so many people message you and ask you to do a vlog of you going outside, then you're dense. You really are missing the plot, sis.
Normal people go outside every day. Like,
And the sad thing is, I am not a normal person, Zach. I think you've been around long enough to know that I'm not a normal person. I suffer with a lot of mental problems, and a lot of those things keep me indoors, a lot of them. And I I just don't think it's okay for you to kind of judge someone based on that. But since you have a huge following who adores you for making reaction videos about me, of course no one's going to call you out on that, and that's just kind of reality. But you should not judge someone based on their mental problems. Like, it's messed up.
So this is the part that I do want to say, like, that I 100% acknowledge could come across as ableist. Now, certainly I thought she was going to take it from the standpoint of mobility issues, but I also understand that there's lots of folks with mental health issues that keeps them from wanting to go outside, interact with the world, etc. I get that, and I apologize for using language like normal, because I think that normal is a really polarizing term, especially in the disability community. And so I think that in the future I probably would just not call it that. I do think that disability is complex, and that one of the reasons that perhaps myself and or other people are frustrated that she doesn't go out or that she doesn't make any improvements on these things is because she has a lot of privilege in opting to not address her issues, right? Like, she is lucky to have a job where she can work from home, where she can work from Pillow Mountain. She doesn't have to leave the house if she doesn't want to, but a lot of people are not that fortunate, and I think that that's where the frustration about this comes from, right? I think that that's why I was particularly frustrated and said what I said about the normalizing thing, is that, like, or being a normal person and normal people go outside. I don't know that any of that excuses how it potentially was interpreted, but I do think that people, probably rightfully so, are a little frustrated that with her means that she's not doing more to address her mental health, which is why so many people have asked her to go outside and why so many people ask her to go talk to a psychiatrist or go talk to a doctor. A lot of people recognize that it's not healthy to, like, just stay inside your room all the time, but she talks about doing it all the time. And so, yes, there are a lot of barriers to doing that. And I think people are frustrated, though, because other folks that watch her channel, and I talked about, well, I didn't end up posting that video, but AMBERLYNN misses the relatability factor, right? Like, even folks with disabilities and similar issues might not connect with this because, unfortunately, a lot of people have to still go to work. A lot of people still have to take care of a family, and they don't have the option to just not address their mental health issues that keep them from going outside. And so I think that's why people are frustrated. I do apologize. I don't think that it was okay for me to say that normal people go outside, because a lot of people, for a lot of different reasons, can't go outside or avoid going outside due to a disability. So, my apologies. Let's continue.
I know we talk a lot about rock bottom on your channel, but, like, this should be part of the bottom. I'll be wrong.
I also stand by that. She might be getting ready to pause, but, like, she has talked about hitting rock bottom. She's had conversations about what is her rock bottom, and, like, I do think it's concerning that things that keep her from going outside are not part of that, like that she can't go. And she also frames a lot of, like, going outside and movement around her mobility issues, right? But then we'll also film Japanese snack videos and mukbangs and shrimp mukbangs and things like that. Again, it's not just me picking this one video and saying, like, oh my gosh, she can't go outside. It's me saying, girl, you can't go outside. But then you give us these sob stories about wanting to be able to get in a car and go visit your mom, or you give us these sob stories about XYZ things, and then you followed it up with mukbangs and snack testing and things like that. And so that's what I'm thinking about, like, where is your rock bottom?
Going outside for me is not part of the bottom. That's me working my way up. Me being at the rock bottom is me sitting in my room.
Right.
Sitting in this bed.
Yes,
and not wanting to leave every single day.
We're in agreement about that. We're in agreement. Rock bottom is not being able to go outside. So going outside would be addressing rock bottom.
That's rock bottom. This is me working my way.
I got you.
Stop assuming things about my life.
I'm not assuming.
I just feel like it's the reason there's no light in your bedroom is because Becky puts a blanket over the window, sis.
Becky hasn't had a blanket over the window in probably a year and a half.
I will insert some clips from some trusted friends of mine on Twitter, and by friends I mean people who subscribe, where within the past year she has shown the blankets over the windows, okay? Not that I think that that is the biggest issue here to address, but let me just show you the extent that, like, she just lies. She's a liar. She's a lie.
Sis, you can't make these videos and act like you have facts. When
I do. I do have
I'm really
facts.
telling people right now. This is really small, but this is just an example.
I have
That
facts.
he puts blankets over windows.
There are
Right?
facts.
I'm gonna think that's true.
It's true! It's true! This is so stupid. Why are you gaslighting people right now, AMBERLYNN? This is a lie. This is a full lie. A 100% lie. AMBERLYNN, sis, ma'am.
But yet, that's not true.
Aside. Go.
Babes, come with me. I can't sit and watch this, I feel like.
Here's your coldest water bottle.
You want to just keep the front door open?
Oh, look at those flowers. See, I told you.
What is your face? I don't understand.
I'm just trying to, most of the time my face looks like that because I'm trying to understand what's going on, and I'm also trying to understand, like, why somebody honestly thought that this was, like, content to put in a vlog. That's what that face is right there, because I'm like, why are we showing y'all walking out of this door? Like, I get it. It's all a part of the spectacle. Like, it's a big deal that we're making it outside. But that's what the face is. I'm like, honestly, that face is, gears are turning. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here.
Fly is gonna crawl into your mouth. What are you doing? It's
Sis, don't be coming at me about flies crawling into my mouth when literally there's a video of bugs falling out of your hair, sis.
Like, whatever I want. I'm not some jock in high school. Some people call this intuitive eating. That's not really where I'm at with that, because a lot of people look down on intuitive eating, because
So miss me with that.
like, I'm literally walking outside and he's like looking at me like I'm the freaking creature of the lagoon. What are you doing?
Girl, those are your words, not mine.
Man, this is hard to watch.
I wonder what these flowers are called. Oh, girl, they're so pretty. How do you not know what flowers are blooming in front of your own house?
All I said was I don't know what these flowers are called. I never said that I did not know that there were flowers blooming in front of my house.
Right, and I said, how do you not know what flowers are outside of your house? Go back literally 2 seconds in this video and re-listen to what I said. You didn't know what kind of flowers were blooming in front of your house. That's what I was commenting on, not that you were surprised that there were flowers there. Most people know, especially in the middle of nowhere. Well, I'm not from Kentucky, so I can't speak to that, but in the middle of nowhere, Illinois, my mom is responsible, right, for the flowers that are in front of her house. She knows what those flowers are because she lives there and she planted them. So I would just assume that because you live here, you would know what those flowers were. This isn't rocket science, sis.
I'm just pointing out that that is a pretty flower.
That's not what you said, though.
Flowers before I would hope, supposedly. I know who. What?
Like, it looks like a bunch of individuals, but that, like, creates one big one.
Yeah, it's a flower, sis.
It looks like a good spot to have a picnic.
Girl, it's your front yard.
By the way, I did not match today. I didn't know I was gonna come outside, so. Alright.
Wait, what do you mean match? Also, I'm just happy to see you wearing pants. that are
Yes,
black.
I agree. I agree.
But also,
Why does it matter?
What do you mean, why does it matter? Stop acting brand new. You know that people have given you a hard time for a long time about wearing the same black leggings from Walmart. Don't act brand new here, sis. Absolutely not. No. That is why I'm mentioning it. Don't act like you don't know this.
sorry, my mind is all over the place. Like, look in the general direction that Becky was standing. It says that looks like a good place to have a picnic.
Yeah, because Becky was standing underneath of 2 huge trees.
It's your front
A
yard.
huge bunch of shade, and
It's your front yard. It's your front yard. You're acting like this was the first time you ever saw it. It was your front yard.
just imagined a picnic. There's nothing wrong with that.
It's your front yard. There-
as a picnic.
There is nothing wrong with it. Like the idea of a picnic, but you're acting like you're walking through a national park and you found the perfect spot to have a picnic with Becky, and it's your front yard.
And he has to comment about it. I don't understand. I don't understand why these reaction channels are a thing. Make your own content.
I do.
Like, I would love Zach for a solid 6 months to just make his own content.
I would love you for a solid 6 months to actually commit to any kind of weight loss program, sis. I would love for you for a solid 6 months to remember to do your weigh-in for 100 days challenge. I would love you to do a lot of things, but you don't. And I do have other content, so breathe in and out, sis.
Stop stealing stuff from me.
I'm not stealing anything.
Videos, 7 days of weighing in. Let's try AMBERLYNN's chili. Like, that's an obsession. Like, that seems an obsession to me.
I'm so obsessed.
I'm getting a little seasick, not gonna lie. This motion is a lot.
I was actually very startled by the bee thing.
It did scare me.
Okay, wow, I'm so proud of you for walking, sis.
That's condescending. That is condescending. Wow, so proud of you for walking, sis. Like, that's not true proudness. Like, he's being condescending and so annoying.
I mean, I think that some of that is maybe partially true. I guess to some extent that, like, I can see where she would hear this like tone that might not seem sincere. I think where that comes from is that, like, I struggle with, like, yes, I'm proud of her, like, good, I'm glad you're walking, and also thinking that for any other person, we wouldn't be, like, giving them kudos for doing a vlog of walking outside, right? Like, and I get it. I mean, it makes sense because she's saying, like, I'm not a normal person. I understand that. But when I'm watching this, I'm trying to piece together, like, what part of this is AMBERLYNN trying? What part of this is her acknowledging that she is trolling for views? Because as much as she talks about me knowing what videos are going to be good videos to react to, she just as much knows how to play the YouTube game. She just as much knows how to make clickbait titles, pick clickbait thumbnails, even though she says she doesn't pick them. That response from me is a multitude of things. Like, it's trying to figure out, like, is she just trolling? Is this gonna be the only walking she does outside at this point in this video? Who knows, right? So, yeah, I mean, I guess this part more so than, like, the previous when I said I was optimistic. I can hear where she's hearing the condescension. But either way, like, sis, what's your point? Like, I really genuinely, as I will say later in this video, am proud of the progress you're making.
So my breathing starts to get a little wonk. A little who?
I mean, I know I give her a hard time about the weird words that she makes up or says and things like that, but when she says things like get a little wonk and twinko, I find it endearing, actually, if I'm being 100% honest.
Girl, where's the aesthetically pleasing? Maybe I need to put some glasses on to see better. Let me see. Nope, I don't see anything aesthetically pleasing. Listen, that's mean. Okay, I apologize.
Yes, that is mean. I thought Becky looked good in her white t-shirt with her white sunglasses. Like, that's a compliment. I'm giving my girlfriend a compliment. And he's being flat out rude. Like, talking about Becky's appearance. It's not okay.
It's a lot, but she looks miserable.
Okay, yes, so this was all in, she paused in the middle of this whole thought. I was waiting to see what she included or kept in. But the whole the whole thing, because what I realized as I was filming this, right, but I left it in because it was all one thought, was that when I said that, it was going to come across as I was thinking that Becky looked fat or Becky didn't have cute clothes on, as I guess AMBERLYNN was interpreting it. And I knew that that's not what I intended to say, so that's why I stopped myself, apologized because that sounded mean, and then I corrected myself to say, she looks miserable, she looks unhappy to be there. Like, nothing about that is like aesthetically pleasing.
She looks hot and miserable. She doesn't look happy to be there. Like, nothing about that is aesthetically pleasing.
She's hot. She is happy to be there. We're outside, enjoying the fresh air.
Listen.
Yeah, when people are hot and sweaty, they don't always look the happiest.
Right. Okay, whatever narrative you want to sell, first of all, that she's happy to be there, that's fine. Even if you're really hot because you're outside, you can still be miserable. That doesn't mean, like you could be enjoying being outside, but also be miserable from the heat and miserable from you walking. Like, whatever narrative you're really trying to sell here, fine, great. But my opinion is that she looks miserable. Like, she doesn't look like she wants to be there.
She doesn't want to be out here with you.
If she didn't want to be out there with me, she wouldn't have been out there with me. Becky has free will of her own body and her own mouth.
I'm sure she does.
No, I don't need these shots are things I don't need. Like,
Okay, well, first of all, so now I see what people are talking about, so I'm gonna see what I can include. But she cut out the whole part of Becky talking with her phone literally filming from this angle. So that's what I'm talking about here.
Sitting outside, enjoying the day. I'm definitely sitting. I'm sitting in the shade because it's really hot. AMBERLYNN over there is in the sun.
no, I don't need these shots are things I don't need. Like girl had the camera like right up here. It's like this is how she's filming. This is me on AMBERLYNN's iPhone, and I'm filming like, no, like, why do you do this? And then what is this? What is AMBERLYNN doing here? I have a lot of questions.
I'm talking about literally, like, I don't understand the camera choices that Becky makes to hold it down here. Like, most people, when they're filming or they're taking a selfie, they film it from above. And so that's why I continuously am confused about the angles that Becky chooses. I think I also mentioned, if I remember correctly, that I don't understand, like, why we're just, like, filming AMBERLYNN sitting there on this little back cement patio. But I really am not, that face that she just showed there for 2 seconds is not a response to, like, seeing AMBERLYNN's body. I'm not disgusted by AMBERLYNN's body. I just want to make that clear, because that's not what I conveyed in the original video. And if she's about to say that here, then girl, a mess.
Literally, it's my back. Like, honestly, he just said these shots are what I don't need, and the face he made when Becky showed my back.
It wasn't about your back. That face wasn't made in response to your back.
About how to make fun of AMBERLYNN's appearance.
No, ma'am.
Nothing like that. He always rants about he's not a cyberbully, he doesn't bully people, he's not judging.
I don't think I am.
Becky literally just showed the back of me. That's it.
Again, this is out of context, sis. This is not what happened. Let me repeat for anybody who's new to my channel. That is not what happened in the original video.
He's spazzing out. I don't need these shots. It's my back.
Girl, it was your girlfriend's angle of her face. I mean, at least try to make the stretch that I'm trying to make some comments about Becky's looks. I wasn't, but at least make that, because that would have been more accurate and honest than what you're doing here. It had nothing to do with your back, sis. Couldn't care less about your back. I absolutely could not.
If I was skinny, he wouldn't be saying that. If it was Eric's back, he wouldn't be saying that.
I didn't say it about your back.
He is literally judging me based
I'm
on
not.
appearance, and of course, everyone is totally fine with that because it's Zachary Michaels, the one who...
My middle name doesn't have an S on the end of it. I know that's petty, but that's apparently what we're doing here today.
You know, reacts to AMBERLYNN. Everyone loves that for him. But that's not okay. That is literally judging me based on my appearance.
I'm not.
That's pretty rude.
I wasn't.
What is AMBERLYNN doing here? I have a lot of questions.
Right. I was asking, what are you doing just sitting here on this cement patio? You've talked about your struggles of even just getting out of bed. So my thoughts are like, what are you doing this low to the ground? That's what I'm trying to figure out here, sis.
What is AMBERLYNN doing here? I'm literally sitting down.
Right.
I'm literally sitting down.
Why is this a video?
And Becky is just showing my back and he's acting like I'm doing some acrobatic aerobic like situation.
Well, I absolutely am not acting like you're doing acrobats here, because you clearly are not.
I'm literally just sitting there. I didn't know I was that entertaining as a person. I literally can't. I'm
Girl, you have a
there.
YouTube
There's
channel.
A whole thing to say about it. I can't.
Girl, the thing that I don't understand about this, that I genuinely don't, is she seems so shocked and surprised that, like, I have thoughts about what she's putting on YouTube. If you don't think that your YouTube video is worthy of discussion, then why are you putting it out there? Well, what is the point? What is your goal? YouTube, I've said this many times before on my channel, is a social media platform. You put out content because you want to interact with an audience, you want to engage with an audience, you want people to respond to what you're saying. That's the point of YouTube. I recognize that YouTube is also a job now for you, and so you have to put out the bare minimum effort of videos, right? Like, you're putting a bare minimum so that you can get paid, which is fine. Collect your coins, do what you gotta do, but don't act surprised when people have feelings about the things that you're putting out here onto the internet, sis.
You know, this is a vlog. This is what...
Right, what I was just saying.
You do every day. Are you kidding me? Like...
No, this is not what we do every day. This is what we did on that day, and I happen to want to make a video of it. There is nothing wrong with that. Zach, this is what you do. This is what your channel is. Sitting down, reacting to my boring content.
And you just said you're
Well, that's not my entire channel. It is a large part of my channel. Let's just make sure to be clear about that. And it's not all I do every day, which is the larger point of what I was saying there. Like, you know what I do every day outside of just making videos about you, Chantal, and whatever I'm making a video about that day is I go to work. I spend time with my boyfriend. I go to theater in Chicago. I go out with my friends. I'm going to a wine tasting after I get done filming this. I do stuff. And your concept for your channel is that you're a vlog channel and that you're out here doing things, or you're a weight loss channel, or whatever you're calling yourself today, and this is what you felt was good content. So I'm reacting to it, sis. Here we are. This isn't rocket science. How many times have I said that in this video today?
I'm gonna walk to the tree. Congratulations. I walk by trees every day. Multiple.
Are you 500 and...
She also cut out the entire part. I think it already happened. I don't know, because I'm talking about her walking to the tree, but none of the tree part has been in here, and she cut it out because I literally say during that part that I'm proud of her and that this is progress, because she used to not even be able to walk for like a minute and a half in her home. So where's that, sis? Because that was very supportive of you. You say I don't have anything nice to say, but that is something that I said.
60-something pounds? Yes, for me to walk to a tree in super hot weather happens to be a little hard. That doesn't mean just because you can do it that you should compare our situations, because clearly Zach and I, two different people, two different bodies, two different staminas. So, move on.
Don't mind the outfit, like...
Okay, maybe she didn't cut it out. I'm just like really confused because like, where did I suddenly start? Maybe she had mentioned that she was gonna be walking to the tree, and that's where it came from. I don't know, but I literally do say I'm proud of the progress she's making. So just get ready for it if it's here, and if it's not, I will splice it in. I will add it and edit it into the video.
Which is opposed to what other kinds of outfits do you wear in Berlin? I'm just
Really cute ones like this. Oh my god, I can't.
being honest. Okay, alright, she's walking, she's doing it.
Like, I would never wear that outfit in public. If I was going somewhere, no, this outfit was strictly just chilling around the house, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go outside, and I wasn't even gonna vlog, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna vlog. So that's why I look like that.
Girl, but my point you're missing is that, like, you literally made such a big deal about how you were going outside, how you don't go outside frequently, and how you spend a lot of time inside. So, like, what other kind of outfits do you have outside of the ones that you wear inside? That was my point, but that seems to have been missed on you.
Yes. Listen, I guess whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I guess whatever it
Yes.
takes.
This is what my life has become. I'm literally watching someone watch me walk. I can't.
Girl, that says, literally, you said all the words that needed to be said. This is what your life has become. This is it. You said it yourself. I also want to point out that I'm saying, like, whatever it takes. I get it. Like, you know, if we have to set small goals for ourselves to walk to the tree and back, then great. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
She's moving. She's up. She's not in her bed. She's outside.
There you go. See?
She's doing the damn
I'm
thing.
doing the damn thing.
Okay, so positive. I just want to point out that I'm supporting her. I think it's great that she's moving.
Okay, yes. Woo! You did it!
What?
You did it! No, I still, listen, it's a tree. You walked to a tree.
I
You
can't.
walked maybe 20, 25 yards at most.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I have to stop this here. I can't keep watching this because it's like messing with my psyche.
Okay.
It's not.
Well, first of all, I don't know what your psych is that it's messing with. But literally, if this is where she stops, literally moments later is when I say, I'm proud of the progress you've made.
No, I still, listen, it's a tree. You walked to a tree. You walked maybe 20, 25 yards at most. Like, I mean, good. I mean, this is progress. She couldn't walk for more than, like, a minute back and forth in her living room. So this is progress. I'm gonna give you that, AMBERLYNN, I think.
So, AMBERLYNN, if you literally stopped right before I said that I was proud of you, then I don't know what to tell you.
Not that what he's saying is making me mad. It's just like, it's sad that there is someone like this who gets away with judging other people's mobility. Zach, I know you're watching this because it's not okay for you to judge other people's mobility.
I didn't judge your mobility. I literally, if you would have watched 2 more seconds, I said, I'm proud of your progress. I'm not oblivious to the idea that at 560 pounds that it's probably very hard to move around. I'm not oblivious to that. When I bring up that it's shocking that this is where we're at, when I say, I can't believe that this is where AMBERLYNN, the AMBERLYNN that I started watching that went on trips with Becky to Pride and went to Walmart with Destiny and did all of these things, and this is where we're at. My shock is that I started watching a completely different YouTuber, AMBERLYNN. That's my shock. That's not judgment about your mobility. The way I feel about your mobility is sad. I feel sad. I feel sad that, like, I started watching a YouTuber who said she was on a weight loss journey, that she was trying to lose weight, that went out and did things with her friends, went out, even if it was just to Walmart with her girlfriend, went on trips to Pride, and now this is where we're at. That's what I was saying. And then if you would have watched 2 more seconds, AMBERLYNN, I said, I'm proud of the progress she's making. You know, she's had issues with even just walking for a minute and a half inside of her house. If you feel like I'm judging you on your mobility, I guess that is your interpretation, and obviously that's how you feel, and that is how my words impacted you and made you feel. But my judgment more so comes from sadness about how we even got here. About how I started watching your channel because I wanted to support an LGBTQ YouTuber. I wanted to support somebody who was on a weight loss journey, like myself at the time. And my sadness is that in the time that I've been watching you, you've gained over 100 pounds. That's the sadness, AMBERLYNN. So I'm sorry that I've made you feel like I've judged you for your lack of mobility. I think it's unfortunate that you've allowed yourself to get to this place. I think it's unfortunate that you feel like there's been barriers that have kept you from being able to lose that weight. I'm sad that you struggle with mental health issues. I know how hard that can be, but that doesn't mean that as a viewer who was invested originally as somebody who liked you, that I can't express my disappointment or my disbelief that I started watching an able-bodied woman eat herself into gaining 100 pounds or more, and now her content that used to be fun, where she used to go out and do things, is her walking outside. That's just how I feel about it. And that's not a slight at you because you have mobility issues. It's just, it is what it is. It's sad. And it's why I've said in recent videos that I don't know how much longer I can make videos about you. And honestly, maybe it'll get to the point that I will make other content that's not about you. I'm not ready to commit to that now. Especially if you're gonna make videos about me, I'm gonna respond to them. But it's sad, AMBERLYNN, it's sad.
I can't walk as far as you. I probably never will, but I am hoping, praying, wishing, and trying to.
Okay.
I try to move more every single day.
Good.
So I could build up my stamina.
Great.
Me walking to that tree and then walking back from that tree was hard.
Yeah.
For me, it was hard.
I believe you.
I should show you my difficulties. I just can't see myself ever judging someone based on what they can and can't do. I think it's so wrong, and it's kind of cruel. And I really wanted to react to a video, and this is who you guys wanted me to react to. And it's hard. It's hard to react to this. And this is why I don't watch him anymore. Because he has completely changed. He's letting the views and the comments and everything get to him. And it's just not right.
I do want to say I think I've been consistent. If I've been anything, it's consistent this whole time. So whatever, AMBERLYNN. I also know you still watch me. So you can say you don't all you want, but it is what it is.
To react to people when they're down and out. It's not. And it'll never be okay. I tried. I can't finish it. This video still has 10 minutes, but I just can't. So I hope you guys did enjoy this reaction. I could definitely do more. I kind of like how this is like set up. You can see him. You can see me. You can hear him. You can hear me. I know it's not the most professional thing in the world, but...
Who told you how to do it, though?
So I'm going to go like write in a journal some positive thoughts and do some positive affirmations, because after watching something like this, it just feels like vile. Like, I don't like it at all. Puts me in a bad headspace. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Okay, well, here's the tea. That was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. A lot of people who are not fans of me said that they felt like she was on the verge of tears. I didn't get that from that video. I do recognize where things were interpreted as me judging her for her mobility. I genuinely do want her to get better. If she watched 2 more seconds, like I've said 12 times now, she would have seen that I applauded her for her progress. So it is what it is. I do apologize to any of my viewers who do have disabilities. I don't try to be ableist, but I recognize how some things that I said in this video originally might have been a little bit interpreted that way, and for that I do truly apologize and will do my best to do better in the future. It's really important that we continue having these dialogues, and I appreciate the folks who have reached out to me to engage in conversations about that, because that's the only way that we move forward, that we learn, that we grow, etc. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was a long one. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to me down below. Hit the bell button, leave me some comments, hit the like button, and follow me on all of my social media. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!